Genesis 12, verses 4 through 7 tell us that Abram obeyed God and made the 200-mile trek to the land of Canaan. The following chapters tell us he went through a time of famine, pitched his tent in various places, and even fought a battle. But as the years went by and Abram and Sarai got older and remained childless, their situation seemed hopeless. They wondered, how will any of these promises be fulfilled since we have no son? Would one of their servants have to be their heir?
Genesis 15:4 tells us that the Lord came to Abram and said, "A son coming from your own body will be your heir." He took him outside and said, "Look up at the heavens and count the stars, if indeed you can count them." Then he said to him, "So shall your offspring be." It seemed impossible to a childless Abram. But when God repeated his promise to provide Abram a son, verse 6 says that Abram believed the Lord. Abram heard God's promise and then put his faith in it. For faith is believing that something is true, even when you can't see it. And when Abram believed God, the rest of verse 6 tells us that God credited it to him as righteousness. At that moment, God declared Abram to be righteous, to have all his sins forgiven, and to be fully accepted by God. But what had Abram just done? He hadn't given anything to God. He hadn't performed any religious ceremony. He hadn't done any good works. Yet God said Abram was righteous simply because he believed God's promise.